Hey guys, M4J3F here, and welcome to a more optimistic episode of PES 2013, my career mode as M4J3 United. So in the last game we lost 2-0 to Manchester United in the Cup, and I was moaning about how my team was performing and how the game was working and things like that. However, this episode, I've decided I'm going to try to be a bit more optimistic. Okay, we're out of the Cup in the first round, but we've got the league to focus on. The way we've started in the league so far, it really can only get better, so there's no point getting upset about what's happened in the past. We may as well just focus on what's going to happen in the future. So we start off with a home game. It's good to be back home, actually. We've had our last couple of matches away, which again might not have helped our results. We are playing Wandengin FC or United, I can't remember what they're called. Again, you know, team names on here aren't my strong point. We've sort of gone back to basics in some ways with the lineup. We've got Wilkinson on the right, Bobo on the left, Delamont playing behind Drusen. We've got McConnor and the other Wilkinson, one of the other Wilkinsons I should say, in the centre. I didn't actually get the chance to see who was in defence. I imagine we have Orbity playing at right back, or Sikowski, because there are only two right backs. We have had Villa play there actually, so yeah, let's just ignore the lineup. Let's just focus on the match. So, renewed optimism. We're going to win the league. That's how I'm seeing it now. We're going to win the league. We're going to get promoted. We're going to be in the Champions League in 3 years' time, and we're going to win that as well. That is the plan. There's the third Wilkinson. Again, I'm going to stick to this kind of commentary style, talking over the video, rather than talking about other things, if I can help it, because again, I think it engages the video a bit more. Otherwise, you're watching a video whilst being talked to about something else, which is a bit irrelevant. So, from here onwards, Grantham on the corner. Corners again aren't my strong point, but again, you know, McConnor did well there. Comes out to Bobo, uses his strength a little bit, tries to get a bit fancy with the flick overs, but it comes out to Delamont. Good little back heel there to Drusen, I think it was. No, there's Drusen, and very nearly comes up with the goal. Now, if I'm right in thinking, Drusen there, it was a header. It looked like he'd flicked it with the back of his heel, which would have been pretty impressive, actually, if he'd managed to do that. But no, he did a backwards header. I was saying in a couple of videos ago about Beckhold, about keeping him or not to keep him. Drusen, he is a really bright prospect by the looks of it. He looks like he's going to become a really good young striker for us. He's definitely one to keep hold of. No chance of him getting loaned out. Definitely no chance of him getting sold. He will be staying in the team. You see here, like he shows wide, he runs forward, he does drop deep when the other two of Delamont and Bobo come in. I've said before about that attacking triangle. It is definitely still in existence. Again there, look, he gets that header away. He seems to be quite powerful in the air. He muscles defenders out the way. You see where his starting point when this cross comes in, he's actually behind the defender, and he manages to jinx around the front and has a go there. So, you know, can't complain at that. That's what you expect from a good centre forward. He's scored several times for us. He's scored a couple of important goals for us. But I think he scored the first goal for us in the first league match, and I think he scored in that 3-0 win as well. He might have scored in pre-season. I might be getting him confused with someone else in terms of his goals. But he does score goals. Let's put it out. He will score goals. Doesn't matter whether he has in the past. He will score goals in the future. It's just getting the ball to him in the right manner. And you know, this is coach mode again. I'm playing a few more matches in coach mode because I can, basically. It gives me the chance to see my team. I'll play a few matches. If there's a problem halfway through the season, then of course I will take over. But from now until January anyway, I have more of a reason to play in coach mode to see who's worth keeping and who's worth getting rid of. It's more of an accurate representation of who I should and shouldn't be playing. That was good skill there from Delamont. It's one of the only times I've actually seen some skill on here in coach mode actually produce a chance and not just lose the ball. So, you know, promising there. That was another good header. Again, that is Drusen, who manages to get in front of two centre-backs this time to win that header. Good ball from Bobo. He is my corner taker for a reason. In my mind, Delamont is the free kick taker because he can get dip and swerve on the ball and he hits it with power. Whereas Bobo tends to be a bit more of the creative player, so he puts some curl on it. He curls in free kicks, he curls in corners. He's more of the flair out of the two, and then Delamond is the powerhouse of the two. So yeah, it's good that they have that little mix and combination, and you know, I set it up to be like that, but the fact that it does actually work like that and the game recognises it as well is good. Delamond very easy to dispossess there, which is again, I think that's a built-in feature of the game. Because he got tackled, he had to do that little stumble and fall thing, whereas in real life he probably would have got straight back into it and tried to win the ball back. But again, that's me complaining, and I said this was an optimistic episode, so I will leave it at that, let's just say. Defence struggling a little bit. Good block tackle in the end there, though. Wilkinson tries to get away with it. It does end up falling to Bobo, who finds Delamond, and now Drewson is away. Again, he's drifted out wide here, but he seems pretty capable of holding the ball up until he gets support. He's managed to win our team the throw there, which is good. Well, he would have, except the referee's blown for half time. Again, that's a much better performance. 4 shots, 1 on target. They had 1 shot, none on target. 65% possession, 78% passes completed. What else have we got? No fouls, I don't think. I don't think we've committed any fouls. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy with that so far. It's a lot better than the last game. Okay, we were 0-0 against Man United in the last game, but it would always look like they were going to score. Whereas at the moment, Wandinjin Town don't look like they're going to score at all. Whereas we look like, very much so, we're going to score, even though we've only had the 1 shot on target. I'm blabbing here, waiting for myself in the past to start the second half. Here we go. So yeah, much better performance in that first half. The optimism continues as we start this second half. And again, I think we see a change of formation towards the end of this match because of substitutions and little things and pieces like that. I do like the way the game does that. I particularly like the way that you can have your assistant do it for you. So, you know, you don't always recognise when a player's tired, or you might not want to sub a player for one reason or another. So I much rather leave that in the hands of my assistant. He decides who comes off and when, and the tactical changes that are made because of the substitutions. So I'm quite happy leaving it in the hands of my assistant. So yeah, Wilkinson here closing down. He's actually doing well there. Okay, the cross shouldn't have come in, and the cross should have been better dealt with, but the way that he manages to compress the play for just that little bit longer sort of forces them into that cross. And yeah, okay, again, it could have ended in a goal. That would have been poor defending in the middle, though, as opposed to stopping the cross coming in, because he did do well there. I might have to admit he did well there. Bobo should have won that header. McConnor dropped too deep there, dropped behind the guy who that pass was aimed at. That's much better, though, to win the ball back. Bobo can now get his head up. He links up really well with Grantham as well. And obviously Delamond there plays in Bobo down this left-hand side. Bobo cuts inside. Should have done better there. Could have easily gone around that challenge. It was obvious that the challenge was going to come in, so I don't know why he couldn't go around it. Wilkinson there, P. Wilkinson, easily done, let's just say. Not once but twice, slid in unnecessarily and didn't even win the ball. There's Drewson linking up well with Delamond. Delamond back into Drewson, who, again, he got closed down there, wasn't necessarily his fault. Okay, Delamond played him in a very dangerous area. He very nearly held the ball up long enough to get support, but then just got dispossessed. He got crowded out and then side tackled, so unfortunate there. But we had enough men back to help out. You know, Bobo there and Wilkinson combining well to win the ball back. Ball over the top. Drewson's getting a bit tired at this point, so he's not going to win it every single time. Forces the quick clearance though. Delamond coming over. Bobo coming back into his position. Team falling back into shape quite nicely. Grantham has plenty of options to keep the ball moving again. There's McConnor. Bobo makes the run out wide, keeps the space open. Delamond's made a really good run there. Pleased with that. Gets the ball into an attacking area, pulls it back across goal. Good block in some ways on the defenders there to keep the ball out of... I'm not actually sure who that was running in at the far side. It wasn't Drewson, I know that. Bobo on the ball again. Gets brought down. But arguably a free kick, maybe. I'd say the defender got enough of the ball, as much as it pains me to say that. Much better defending, though, from our team. They're closing the ball down very quickly. They're winning it in a high area. You could say we're gambling a bit with a high defensive line, but it seems to be working so far. So I haven't really got any complaints as of yet. The one complaint I do have is how much time we've got left in the game, and it is still 0-0. So again, a little bit worrying. Delamond with the ball over the top here though, just trying to make that extra break right near the end of the game. Drusen has the ball, crosses it in towards Delamond, it gets cleared, and I think that's time up now. Yeah, that's time up. It's another 0-0 draw. I'm really hoping that these results pick up soon, because even I'm starting to admit that these videos are getting a little samey. We didn't even have a shot in that second half, which is disappointing. They had an extra shot, but it wasn't on target. We still dominated possession. Passes completed though, we didn't have as many. So yeah, something has to change up front. I think we need a bit more of an attacking oomph to our performances. But we'll address that more as the season goes on. It could just still be that the team hasn't gelled properly. So there's always a chance that results will improve. You know, especially when I start playing as well, because I do that over the next couple of games. I take it out of coach mode and I start playing myself, just to try and get some results, because as you see from the league table, we're not in the most comfortable of positions. We've had a pretty disappointing start. I imagine the fans will be getting on our backs soon, because they're paying good money to come and watch these matches, and the team aren't delivering at the moment. So definite reason for them to not be happy. There's a reason for me as the manager to not be happy, because my team aren't performing. I'm the first one to admit that. But we will address those problems. We will come back fighting. We're keeping the optimism going. And yeah, hopefully the results will improve as a result of that. So thanks for watching, guys. I know this hasn't been the best of runs as of late, but until next time, I will see you soon.